This podcast episode was sponsored by Wingstop. Hello, everyone. We are the Radicals, and today we have united to bring to you guys the podcast about music. We're the Hot Tape Podcast, and we have some spicy questions and even spicier chicken. We have 3 levels of hotness today. We have 3, 5, and 7. Each one of them has a question from the audience, from you guys who have submitted a question, and we are excited to get started. So today, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. I'm Matteo.
I'm Jose.
I'm Miranda.
I'm Andy.
And let's just get straight into it. Today we have Wingstop wings.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys,
totally
we have
sponsored.
Totally. We have boneless and we have bone-in wings. Just to let you guys know.
Munch.
Yeah. So our first sauce we have is the Hot Ones pickled garlic sriracha hot sauce. That is hotness level 3. Then we have hotness level 5, ginger goat, the original goat. Pineapple and ginger hot sauce. And then hotness level number 7, the killer. Torturer sauces, honey badger, honey mustard. Accidentally healthy, intentionally delicious. All right, and also gluten-free. Let's start off with the lightest of the batch with the first question for you guys. What is your take on music festivals like Coachella or Lollapalooza?
Why not? Yeah, man.
Damn.
Spice it up. Let's go. All right, I guess I'll start. Okay. Coachella kind of scares me, right? Pleasant.
Satisfactory.
Coachella scares me because it's like you really are out there in the desert, girl. Like, and you can't. And this year was so bad. Like, people cannot pee. People are waiting like hours just to be able to pee. Like, what's going on there?
They really
and it's so expensive. Yeah, they are gonna.
Yeah,
shit
they
themselves.
actually are.
It's literally in shitification, metaphorically and literally.
Yeah.
So and Lollapalooza, I really don't have a take on it. It might be better than Coachella. I'm not too familiar, but either way, you couldn't pay me to go. Not that anyone would ever, but yeah, I would definitely not invest in that. Actually, can I have some more of that sauce? That was pretty good.
Sure. While I give her more sauce, would anyone else, the 2 boys, would like to put in anything?
I think I'll go, and I'll keep it pretty brief and short, because I basically agree with all that. And I think you should not go to something like that if you're gonna
Don't go.
You're
Don't
physically
die.
harming yourself for that. I don't know, but I also think that is cool that like a lot of artists are in one place together, and you get to hear a lot of music.
Yo Gabba Gabba was at Coachella. Let's hope they're there next year. I won't go, but
What about like the music, the types of music that they choose, for the types of festivals, these festivals? Don't you think it's very one-sided?
It is very one-sided. I do agree with that.
I think for Coachella at least, like, it's definitely overpriced. Like, way too much. Especially because it used to be, like, an indie festival for, like, indie artists. And now it's, like...
that's how it started?
Yeah, it started
We lost
out...
the plot.
So now it's all
Yeah.
mainstream. It's super expensive. Like, only people that afford to go are influencers. Lala is a little bit cheaper, so it's a little bit better. And I think in terms of, like, variety of, like music, it just kind of depends on what festival you're going to. Because, like, the mainstream ones, like Coachella or Lala, like, obviously it's just going to be, like, mainstream music. But there's also, like, I know there are, like, rock festivals. I know there's EDM festivals, like, raving. Like, it just kind of depends on what it is. And, like, usually depending on how more underground it is a bit cheaper. But Coachella, definitely too much overpriced.
Cool. All right. We are going to move on to the next question. And it's actually an audience question from you guys. You guys picked this one out. Thank you guys. What is your take? What is your take on auto-tune?
Give me some more, man.
So you're gonna start, okay.
Okay, I can start. It can be used in an artistic sense, but I think no artist should really rely on it. Ooh, that was a little acidic. That wasn't great.
A little spice.
Here goes the hotness.
Yeah,
guys.
like recently, last year, you guys know the band Queen?
Yes.
So they re-released a song called, oh my god, what's it called? The Night Comes Down. And they redid it with auto-tune. So Freddie Mercury's voice is altered with auto-tune. I don't like that.
Ooh, no,
Because he's very
no.
talented. He never needed that. And I think he would have hated it. So it just... I don't like it when they do that to dead artists. I think it's disrespectful.
Especially.
But when you use autotune like Tyler the Creator does, like on Igor, I think that's a great way to use it. I think that's a great way to use it.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, you're saying it's all about like the type of music, type of subject, like subjective. You know, like.
Of course. To piggyback off that, I think you should not rely on it. I think it can definitely be one of the key factors in the song, but it's, I don't like autotune myself personally, so yeah, I wouldn't.
You ain't gonna put more on that?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But yeah.
He's frightened.
But I do agree.
One quick fact for you guys before we move on to Andy. Auto-tune, like if you hear like the 1970s like music and tracks, like you can hear like the voice is like not auto-tune because that's when it wasn't invented yet. So like you see like singers are actually trying to like force themselves to sing on key, whereas like like nowadays you see it like as just something like effortless, you know. It's more like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like with autotune you can actually see someone's talent. You can hear it. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think, Andy?
I'm a little bit biased on autotune because
Ooh.
my favorite rapper
Hold on, guys. We're getting a little heated up. It's
is
number 3.
an autotune artist.
Okay.
What's her name?
It's
What's-
Lil Uzi Vert.
Oh.
So I'm biased towards autotune because it can be a tool and it can be used to make like good sounding music, and it's actually when you use autotune to make it like in the style that someone like Uzi or Travis Scott would, you actually have to like sing off key so the autotune sounds more on key. So it is like there is artistic value that can be gotten from autotune. So
Interesting point.
I'll defend it when it's used like that, but
Use responsibly.
when it's used responsibly,
Use
yeah.
responsibly.
But like,
Yeah.
if you're an artist let's say a pop singer, like a famous pop singer, that's like hinges on like how authentic you are. If you use autotune, then that's where the problem is, because then like that's like there's a discontinuity between what you say and how you like present yourself with your music. But for artists like, let's say Uzi, like Travis Scott and Cardi, like they are a lot more like they admit that they use autotune.
Yeah.
Like it's obvious. Or like T-Pain, like
He
they
started it, didn't he? Like
like the way autotune is used now, T-Pain is like a pretty big like originator of it.
All right, and now for the last question of hotness level number 3. Do song lyrics matter?
Oh, I have so much to say. I have so much to yap about. Okay. To an extent, they do. But I think when you're being a little oh, that was a lot.
That's a lot.
I
Looked at that, I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, oh wow.
Already
But
only number 3?
when
Yeah.
you're kind of being experimental, I don't think they really matter that much. Like, oh, that's sour. Wait, why is that being sour now? Oh,
Guys, wait.
the vinagre is no bueno. Like, there's this one band I listen to called Cocteau Twins, right? You don't hear a damn thing what she's saying. You can't really decipher it. Elizabeth Fraser's the singer of the band. And that's kind of their whole thing. They just don't... They write whatever, she says whatever. The lyrics make no sense. Sometimes she's not even saying words. But her voice is so beautiful. And they use her voice as like an instrument. So I think not all the time. Lyrics all the time don't necessarily matter. But obviously there's like there's like rhyme and reason for it. Like, in some cases they should. In some cases it shouldn't.
To an extent, yes, song lyrics do matter. But if you hear like a lot of indie songs, sometimes the lyrics are like the thing you worry about less, I guess. It's more about the songs. I mean, yeah, the music and what you're hearing, the instruments and all that stuff. It could work, like instrumental music definitely does not need lyrics and stuff. So yeah, it could work without and with lyrics.
Again, one of my favorite rapper is a mumble rapper that uses autotune, so I do have bias towards it. Okay, because obviously lyrics do matter for lyrical artists, like artists that use their music to tell a story, or like use it to be more profound about it. In the like today's day and age, like it's kind of like a fact that music is a lot more like it's more accessible, but that also means it loses some of like its message, like especially at like high pop levels.
Yeah.
But obviously, so lyrics do obviously matter, but it's just more dependent on the artist that you are. And like even the ones that like where song lyrics don't matter, like there still can be nuance that can be found. Like for example, like again Uzi, I know XXX Tentacion also did, but they had like a style of mumble rap where they didn't start with the lyrics, they started more with the sound, and they built the lyrics from that sound to like make it. So there's even if the lyrics aren't as important, like there's still like some artistic value that can be found, you know.
Okay. Any comments about the sauce? Oh,
I tasted it too.
Pretty
I
tight.
did.
Pretty chill.
I like it, yeah.
Yeah.
I do recommend it, yeah. It's not the worst kind of spice in the world.
It's like baby wheels on a tricycle. Like,
Honestly, yeah.
Pretty good.
Totally. I totally agree with that.
Okay,
Anyways.
now we are on to hotness level 5. The first question we have for hotness level 5 is, which artist, band doesn't get the recognition they deserve?
Ooh, she's a little goopy. Hold on. I do have a really good question.
She's
for
a
that.
little goopy.
She's a little
Goopy.
goopy.
Having a little bit of... There we go.
Oh.
Oh, damn.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah.
She gives us nothing for the next thing.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. Hey. We gotta build it up somehow. Okay, there's this band. You guys will not know them.
No.
Not a lot.
I immediately just know.
They're named Sparks.
I do.
They were big in the 70s, but only in the UK and Europe. Like, they could find no success in the States. They did later on in the 80s. They're from LA. But they had their glam rock era, and again, they were very influential. Like, they influenced Freddie Mercury, the Pet Shop Boys, because, again, they were one of the first people to dive into new wave. And there's literally a documentary by Edgar Wright on them called The Sparks Brothers. And, like, a subtitle for it, but it's not really a subtitle because it's not in the title itself. It's, like, the most famous band, or the most influential band you've never heard of. And it's true. And I really admire them. They've had a 50-year-long career. They're, like, going to be 80 soon, so I need to see them before they die.
Yeah.
But, no, literally.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I love their music. Kimono My House is such a cool album. And, yeah, I feel like they don't get enough flowers. They do now, obviously, because... the documentary came out back in 2022 or 2023. So yeah.
What genre of music are they?
They did a lot. They did like new wave, glam rock. I don't know. I don't really know how to classify the exact genre they did in the 90s. But like, yeah, that's
Genreless
basically.
music is always the best.
It is always the best.
Yeah.
All right.
I am not as cultured in music as she is, so I don't have an extensive answer. But I can definitely say like a lot of indie bands. I mean, I'm pretty sure this one gets recognition, but I'm just gonna say it because I like them. Like, you guys know Cape Town?
Oh.
Cape Town?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Cape Town.
Cape Town?
Cape Town.
Cape Town?
Cape Town. The cave and then a town.
No, never heard.
Yeah, they are a lot of indie music, a lot of for like in your feels kind of music. And I think now they get recognition because a lot of people hear about them. But like back when I discovered them, like they did not get so many views. So yeah.
So an artist that I think doesn't get enough recognition that they deserve is actually my favorite artist of all time.
Okay.
Her name is Chui. She's a Vietnamese American R&B pop singer from the Bay Area.
You gotta be careful.
So
Oh, is it coming?
The heat is coming.
Is it coming?
But that's just because I added this shit. Sorry.
okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so she like in a space like the US pop culture wise, Asian Americans don't get that much like Asians in general don't get that much representation. Like
Right.
like a lot of people don't know Bruno Mars is Filipino.
I know, it's crazy.
A lot of
That is
people
true,
don't
yeah.
know Olivia Rodrigo is Asian. So having a Vietnamese American like being popular enough to like, you know,
It's a very
uplift. Yeah, it's very nice. You know?
Inspiring and influential.
Yeah.
Right?
It's inspiring. She was actually at Coachella last year.
Oh shit.
So there's that.
That's cool.
And she's very well known in like the Asian American, Vietnamese American space, but there's like obviously she's not super mainstream, but she does like have like similar music to like let's say like SZA or something like that. She actually did do a cover of Snooze on MTV, I think about a year ago. And I love her. She's one of my favorite artists. I saw her back in February at House of Blues. It was a lot of fun.
That's great.
Cool.
All right, let's try
Very
this.
nice. Very nice.
Into it?
Yes, of course, yes.
Oh,
wow.
Damn, what the fuck?
For heat purposes, we got Jolly Rancher and water. Do you guys need to?
Not yet.
I'm not gonna
Not
tap
yet.
out. No.
Yeah.
The goal here is to not drink water at all until after we finished filming. Genuinely.
Also, I've heard that water makes it worse. So
Water makes it worse. So maybe I could drink water to make it worse and spice it up a bit.
I do want a challenge. So
Yeah,
chugs
yeah.
all of it.
Yeah.
On to the next one.
Pass it.
What is?
I need it.
This one is actually from. This one is actually from the audience. You guys picked this one out as well. What is the worst?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
The question is, what is the worst genre of music?
Oh, it's always so subjective.
It is very subjective. Very
And
biased.
I could cop out and say country, but okay, Andy, you're literally gonna hate me. I do not like
He gets his wing ready.
Oh,
The mumble
guys, he's
rapper.
already crying, guys.
No, I don't.
The spice is hitting.
I
Oh,
don't
the
think
spice is
I do not really appreciate the mumble rapper, cloud rapper kind of scene. Just because I feel like a lot of the times it feels like they don't care about the craft itself. That's just kind of the impression I get, and I don't I just don't get it. I don't really get the hype. But again, to each their own. I just feel like at times everybody's at a different skill level,
Yeah.
but I'm like, what are you really trying to do here?
What are you trying to get away with?
What are you trying to get away with? I don't know. To me, I do not like that scene. I do not like that kind of offshoot of rap music, but I don't want to be a stickler for it, like how there are classical musician listeners are like, no, everything sucks. It's like,
Everything sucks.
I don't want to be like that, but that's how I feel about
Mm-hmm.
mumble rap, cloud rappers. Anyways, that's my take, and now I'm gonna take a bite out of this.
Okay. You said mumble rappers?
Yeah.
Okay, I will not say country, but I will say, at the expense of being targeted, I would say a lot of
The expensive.
metal music,
Ooh.
a lot
Oh.
of rock music.
Damn.
Listen,
Rock? Wait,
rock.
Rock?
Well, rock and metal are the same genre now.
See you in hell.
Whoa.
They're not? Oh.
Oh.
There we go, I got one.
The
Okay.
co-producer in the back laughing.
Okay, I guess
Producer in the back
I'll
laughing.
keep it metal. Metal music.
Metal.
Metal.
Okay.
It is. Then again, it is personal preference because my best friend loves metal music. Do you guys know of Motionless in White?
No.
I feel like I might have heard of them.
Okay, it's a
before.
lot of that.
Motorhead.
Yeah. That.
Or Megadeth.
Sure. Yeah. That
I'm
I
not a
got.
metal fanatic. I'm familiar. I have
Bro
a friend
knows.
as well.
Listen.
I had a
Bro
friend as
knows.
well who enjoyed metal.
Listen to me. I have tried to, and I've definitely listened to some songs, and I think it's just a bunch of gibberish. So
Gibberish.
they're
she
just
said.
sometimes it's not even lyrics; they're just screaming sounds and
Whoa.
words. And I think it's a lot of
Them's
Hold on,
fighting
hold on.
it's
words.
a lot of anger.
Hold on a second.
No, I'm not done yet.
He's mad. He's made the host mad.
Hold on. Is Radiohead? I have a question for everyone.
No, I love Radiohead. That does not.
It's not metal.
Oh.
Radiohead is not metal?
No,
Radiohead's not metal,
is it
girl.
it's not metal.
It's rock. It's like
It-
indie
it
rock.
borders-
Alt rock.
It borders indie
Yeah.
rock, yeah.
Alt
Okay.
rock.
So not metal. Radiohead,
Yeah.
love. They don't count.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my take. I'm just
Silent.
shut my mouth now.
Alright, I'm gonna put extra just so I can respond to that mumble rap one.
Yes,
and
you
then
should. You should. Rip
So,
into me.
yeah,
Rip
come
into
on.
me.
It's a hot take one. Alright.
Whoa,
Oh, shit.
whoa.
A little bit too much. Oh, shit.
Everybody, you just saw that?
Okay. But
He's
for
gonna
the
start
mumble
tearing.
rap, cloud rap one, I mean, to be fair, when I was in high school, early high school, figuring myself out,
Sure.
that was what was popular at the time.
Ah.
So it bleeds into now, where it's one of my favorite genres. I mean it's up there with R&B, recession pop,
Okay.
and cloud rap. Those are my three. And all of them have some type of meaning to me. So cloud rap, obviously, high school, or recession pop. I grew up in recession pop. Who doesn't like recession pop? That shit's fire. But for my answer, I'm gonna piss off all of the 12-year-olds
do.
on TikTok
Please
because
do.
of this one.
You should.
I fucking hate funk music. I fucking hate funk. It's so bad. It's
FONK, so
You
it's
know
like
what?
Brazilian.
Okay.
It's like Brazilian?
I
I
can get behind
can't
that.
stand
I can kinda
funk
get
at
behind
all.
that.
It's like Brazilian,
Is it more beats than songs themselves?
Yeah.
Okay, I know what you mean then.
But also like they're singers as well. But it's Brazilian, right? The Brazilian.
Yeah, it's like that kind of.
Yeah.
It's
For
like number
reference.
one, I hate the sound in general. Like I can't get behind it because like other like genres that I don't like, there are still songs like I can still appreciate the sound. Like
Yeah.
for example, I don't like country that much, but I can still admit that like some country songs do sound good.
Dolly
like,
Parton.
Dolly Parton?
Parton?
Hell yeah. Okay, I can get behind that one. I can get behind that one. But like EDM too, like I don't like
my God,
EDM that
wait.
much, but like
Okay, yeah.
Zed?
I hate Skrillex.
Zed?
I hate Zed.
Whoa.
I hate Skrillex. I hate Skrillex.
Whoa, hold on. Take a
I
bite of
don't
your
care
chicken
what
there,
you
partner.
do.
Alright,
Wait,
Take a bite of that.
Give me some of that because I feel like I need to. I hate Skrillex.
Whoa.
I hate Dead Mouse.
Whoa.
I hate Zed. Daft Punk on top. Daft Punk on top. I don't care, bro.
I don't like EDM, but Zed?
Zed is interesting. Oh, I love Zed. Or actually, I don't love it, but like,
I'm
will
going
listen to
bar for bar for clarity. I don't care. I don't care.
I
if that's
love
a
clarity.
stereo-
God-
I don't care if that's a stereotype.
God himself.
Okay, guys.
God himself. No. God himself was in that studio when they were making Clarity. I
Undeniably,
need you all to know this.
like-
The last question
There's still one more.
for heatness level 5.
I think I'm getting used to it.
What is a song that everyone loves but you don't?
Maybe Blue Ain't Your Color by I forgot his name, but he's married to Nicole Kidman. I don't like that song. It's a fairly popular song. I don't like it. My mom loves it. Sometimes she'll play it in the car and I'm like, girl.
Girl, turn it off.
I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. But I think that's like that might be the only song that I hate. There probably is more.
Yeah.
I'm running a blank right now.
I'm gonna have to piggyback on that. I can't think of any specifically in my head right now, but I'll be honest, any song that makes it on TikTok, and that everyone's like, I love this song and they use it for everything. I grow such a deep-rooted hatred for it because everyone's using it now. You know, it's so popular, it's
Pissing off the
overused.
12-year-olds like I did.
Yeah, you see it in edits for
Maybe
TV shows. I'm
gatekeeping
like,
is good.
Gatekeep more. Hashtag gatekeep more.
Hashtag gatekeep
You really
more.
should gatekeep songs more. So yeah, a lot of TikTok songs. Nothing specifically, but
Get
yeah.
your dose.
Oh, you're right. Shit.
Get your dose.
You've noticed. Fuck.
Yeah, you can't escape.
Suck.
Timber by Kesha and Pitbull. Because I don't like Pitbull that much.
Okay, that's valid.
You don't like Mr. Worldwide?
I'm nicer about him now than I was
Than you were back then.
a little bit ago, but
Yeah.
my mom likes Pitbull. So
And you're like,
You're inundated by Pitbull.
yeah. So,
I can see
but
that.
Timber by Pitbull annoys me because that's like when people think of Kesha, they think of that.
they do.
And
yeah.
that annoys me because Kesha has so much
She
much
does.
better
She's-
songs.
She's changed her music style.
Joyride is such a good song.
Right, such a good song. My favorite's Die Young. Like
Hey.
personally, I love Die Young. That was like a developmental time for me. But like when I say like yeah, I like Kesha, and they say oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah like
Pitbull.
Timber, and like really
That's
That's the
Timber?
first thing they say?
That's the first thing.
That's kind of wild.
Like that's wild. I don't like that. So that's mine, I guess.
They should think of a song by her, not with some man.
Sauce.
It's
You guys
just
think-
it's just sour. It's just like
It's-
sour, and then the heat comes. Like the heat
Yeah.
doesn't come when you taste
I'll
it.
be
It's
so
like the
honest.
heat's after. Like,
The heat is meh. I don't really.
It was chill.
It was chill, but then it like, takes a second to build up.
Yeah.
I don't like the taste.
I like it, honestly.
The
I like
taste throws
the
me
taste.
off. That I just physically cringe when I taste it.
Pineapple and ginger.
I can't wait for that one.
It's like sour more than it's spicy. The spicy's after the sour's
Yeah.
gone. Like that's
It's like once
that's
you
where
taste
all
it,
the
it's like-
heat's coming.
Yeah.
That's where all the heat's
Yeah.
coming from. Is like after I taste it.
All right, we are on to the last level. And
With the honey.
So ready.
toss it.
Toss it.
With the first hot take question. Is it possible to separate art from the artist?
I think yes and no.
That's good.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
Like, someone like R. Kelly, I really don't think you could I think, because he's alive now, maybe, like, listening to his music would not make me feel comfortable. But somebody dead, like Prince, who was abusive towards women, like, he's dead now. So he's not going to profit off of you listening to his music. So, I'm not really that into Prince anyways. I only like one song. Like, When Doves Cry. Ooh. But
Is it getting?
like if he were still alive, I would not really want to listen to his music.
No, yeah.
And like obviously Diddy now too. One song with Faith
Did he do
Evans. Woo. I forgot the name of the song, but I really love that song. But now that everything's come to light, I can't listen to it in good conscience. It would make me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I think also sometimes like artists will inject the nasty side of themselves into their music. So at that point, it's inseparable from their art. I can't think of an example off the top of my head. That's just my opinion.
Similar views. I think you can separate it. It's more of an option of do you want to. Okay, this is kind of interesting. You guys know who Katy Perry is, right?
Oh, yeah, we're going there.
Okay, Katy Perry. Listen.
Work.
Her art, like her music back then, was very popular, very iconic.
Yeah.
You would hear it everywhere.
Such a pop.
Ooh.
Yes. Like fireworks and stuff like that.
Fireworks.
I think it's still a vibe. But who she is now, or who she's always been, I guess, she's a troubling person.
Yeah.
She's
To say the least.
To say the least, I would not support her. But then again, I do want to separate art from the artist.
Would you categorize her as like
Controversial?
yes, controversial?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Because she's done some stuff that even I'm like, I don't think I can like put this in the back of my head.
Would you put her on the level of like reputation wise? Like they shouldn't be releasing music because of like their reputation on that level, on the highest level.
So in terms of how they act.
Exactly, like they shouldn't be releasing music. Everything.
Actually, compared to other artists, compared to other artists, no, because she's entitled. There, I can say that part. She's very entitled. You guys know how she went to space for a few minutes?
Yeah,
And she came back
Yeah.
and was very. This is what from what I've heard and from what I read about, that she was gloating about it and like as if she did so much work.
Yeah.
And she was like basically saying like, I deserve just as much recognition as like astronauts and people who make this stuff and
That's
everything.
nasty.
And I think no, you do not. You went to space as a joyride because you're rich.
Joyride.
Joyride.
Not a joke.
But yeah, you're rich. You don't get to exactly say, I did so much work. No, you went to space. Well, that's an achievement of its own. You're not at the same level of like astronauts who like went to space for months.
Yeah.
Who had training for that, like all this stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So that is my take.
Okay, I'm gonna take a little like dip into the sauce real quick, just because I want to jump in on that, because
Yeah.
like Katy Perry does also frustrate me a little bit.
Yes.
Andy, will you be okay?
I'll be fine. It's actually not that bad.
I actually haven't tasted it.
But okay, but
Wait,
about the Katy Perry thing, the way that she's bragging is super annoying because of one of the only people in there that was an actual astronaut, Amanda Nguyen, Vietnamese American woman, one of the first ones in space, who has also actually worked with NASA and was a survivor of sexual assault. She's getting downplayed because Katy Perry is in space with
You're
her.
so right.
That's so
You are so
awful.
right. Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
awful,
Yeah.
and I feel so bad for her because like she deserves all that
She did
recognition.
deserve recognition. Be like, I did this.
Because like she's literally doing like so much, like
Yeah.
for
She's been
not
through so
even
much,
for like
yeah.
minorities, but just for women in general. Because like she's a survivor of literal sexual assault,
Yeah.
and she's an astronaut. Like that's fucking amazing. And Katy Perry just like gets to walk all over
It's
that.
a walk. Yeah, it's just like
Yeah, no, I literally didn't know about anyone else that was going.
Exactly, because
Perry.
like
It's
Katy
Katy Perry,
Perry.
yeah.
So like
Yeah, you're so right.
I'm gonna have to. I had to jump in on that one just because I'm passionate about that. Like that annoys me so much. But I'm gonna have to say, like you guys said, yes and no.
Yes
But
and no.
for me, when I say yes, it's more out of like necessity for me because, unfortunately, one of my favorite genres does happen to be rap,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
almost every single like rapper that I've ever listened to has some type of allegation going on against them. So I kind of have to. I kind of have to
Yeah.
disassociate, where they just have to realize that they're terrible people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very like I hate
Because-
who they are, but I like their music.
Exactly, because like I can like name off the top of my head like I can go down the list. Like
You can.
Uzi has allegations against him. Tyler the Creator has very controversial music
Yeah,
from back in
he
the day.
did. Okay.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he did change his image a lot, but that doesn't erase the things that he said.
Yeah.
Frank Ocean's a narcissist.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Yeah.
Frank Ocean's a narcissist.
Ooh.
Kanye West is Kanye
We,
Kanye
West.
West is
he's
Kanye
in the
West.
shadow realm. We don't.
shadow realm. One was
Kendrick Lamar. I hate to say it, but
Oh,
Who?
Kendrick
Kendrick.
Lamar. I hate to say it, but you can't really call out Drake for being a deadbeat, then collab with Playboi Carti, who is the deadbeatest
When
of
did he do
deadbeats.
that?
On the new album, on Cardi's new album.
Dude.
And then you
That's
have,
so
and then you have Dr. Dre, who has allegations
Yeah,
of beating his
Dr.
wife
Dre
on
too.
stage, which is not great.
Yeah.
So
speaking of controversial music from back in the day, have you guys ever heard of the artist Joji?
Oh no! Don't start! Oh wow!
Okay,
Well-
actually, before that, I do want a Jolly Rancher because I'm weak.
Blue raspberry.
Blue raspberry. I love Jolly Ranchers.
I Joji, if he's grown as a person, great for him. I'm personally just not interested in his music either, so I don't have to worry about that. But it's kind of like insane that so many of his fans don't know who he was before that. Like when I saw Joji pop up and I'm like, oh, who's this guy? Look at the person, I'm like, that's literally Dirty Frank. Like, that's crazy, girl. Like, honestly, I mean, I don't know. It's just like,
I'm glad I'm not in that sphere of existence.
In
on the
case you
internet.
guys don't know, his previous artist name was Pink Eye.
Okay,
Yeah.
You know who it is?
Yeah.
That is the person
Yep.
who makes music known as Joji now.
Again, this is associate out of necessity. I like Joji, like as like the effect. Even if he has changed, the effect he's had on like youth
Yeah,
in
it's
general in that
undeniable.
time period, it's undeniable. You're gonna have to admit it. Holy fuck!
Yeah.
Holy fuck!
It's getting to you, yeah.
It's getting to me. Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, undeniable. Like that effect he's had. Unfortunately, he does make some pretty soul crushing music. That it does hurt a lot.
Yeah,
Listen to that
I'll
shit.
get
Like
to
that
that,
made
yeah.
me cry.
Mm.
Like high school breakup. Listening to a glimpse of us. Like holy shit, that changes your life. Holy
Right.
shit, that changes your life.
Moving on to the second question.
Question.
The second question.
Gaston.
What are your thoughts on the current chaperone hate?
Okay.
when she popped off, I was like, oh, that's cool. It's great. Like, she's queer. She's doing like this kind of drag aesthetic. I think that's really nice and interesting. And then I wasn't too big a fan of her music. Oh. It was getting a little hot.
Oh,
But I could appreciate what she stood for.
Totally.
And obviously she kind of had some little missteps when it came to PR and dealing with like paparazzi. But I was like, maybe that's just something that kind of needs to happen.
Yeah.
It leaves it open for discussion. I'm like, hey, as a society, like these different aspects of like fame culture or whatever, like
Totally.
shouldn't we kind of address that in a way?
Yeah.
Well, she was on that podcast, Call Her Daddy, and like she did a huge 180, did a backstep. She's like, it is so impossible to be doing all this on top of being with politically active. And I'm like, that's how you started. Like you embodied this persona of being a part of a generation of change.
Yeah.
And now you want to act like that's not you anymore?
You're not gonna
Like,
like them?
once you've fully cemented yourself as like this icon,
Yes.
you got the tours, you got, you've got the merch, you've got the fans.
You're
Now
influential.
you're influenced. Now you want to step away. I think that's not cool. I think
Yeah.
she should be called out. Not gonna go too much on a tangent, but it was kind of like, oh, why is this like whenever people think of queer, they think of like people that are white, and it sucks that like she kind of elevated to the status of representing queerness and queer women when there are other like queer women out there who are black or brown, like Sid the Kid, although I think she dropped the Kid. Love her music. Janelle Monáe, who is now non-binary, but like, love Janelle Monáe's music. That is a woman who should, or that is a person who should be having a Grammy.
Yeah.
They don't.
I pretty much agree with that. See, when I first ran into her, like when she was on my radar, just a lot of music that was deemed the lesbian music, I guess, like Good Luck Babe and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I listened to it. I thought it was cool. I like her songs here and there, and then it's getting to you, isn't it?
Yeah.
See, and I saw how she reacted with paparazzi, and to some degree, like it is fame culture. Like, if you're famous, you're gonna get stalked. You're gonna get like
Yeah.
mistreated. Everything here. So in that aspect, I do get her like being like, listen, shut the fuck up, move away from me, all that. I get that.
Yeah.
But for her to like make herself, to do the work to like get herself to this very high position, and be like, I don't really want it anymore, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's very, I don't want to say selfish. Is it selfish?
Not in the way that she went about it
Yes.
when she acquired her fame.
Yeah. Okay, I won't say selfish, but I think it's very
It's
like.
okay to take a break, but to, you know.
Yeah, break-wise, that's completely valid. But just, you're so influential, you know? One thing that you do matters to so many people. And, like, again, to the queer culture, I do agree with that. Like, I don't think that this one person, even though she has some degree of talent, I don't think that she should be, like, praised as, like, oh, the queer person, you know? And I think there's so much more talent that's not discovered. And, yeah, that's what I think.
I'm like coping so hard over here.
Yeah, I don't even, fuck.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna give.
Yeah, let's give us a break.
My
Let's give
friend.
all of us a little break.
Andy is gonna answer the question on the thoughts, on his thoughts on the current hate on Chappelle Row.
Chapel.
Or I sound like a news anchor. I sound like a news anchor. Let's go.
All right. Okay, this is gonna be a lot like sense of contention here. All right. So I think it's a little bit unwarranted. Some of it. Okay. And I'm going to have to pull in a little bit bias here. I do work in an office full of queer people, LGBTQ Research Center, and I am bi and I'm gender fluid. So for number one, like her PR stuff, to be fair, I can kind of understand why, because I would hate paparazzi too.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
And like,
that part I get.
I think the fact that she's queer and a woman definitely does like compound onto the hate, because like I've seen crash outs from like other celebrities that are male that are like they don't even like talk about, because like off the top of my head, I remember like Tobey Maguire was in the car and he was like, paparazzi was right there and he was like, shut the fuck up, and the comments were just like,
that's iconic.
that's iconic, that's so cool of him, yeah, leave him alone. But for Chapel Rowan, when she tells paparazzi to like shut the fuck up, get away from me, like all of a sudden that's not okay. Like you're in people's faces either way, like you're being rude, like you deserve that. On her political stuff, okay, this is gonna be again a lot of contention. To be fair, celebrities in general just aren't really good just
Political
in
stuff?
like for not even political, just role models in general. They're not good to be
That's
role
true.
models too. Cause at the end of the day, they're normal people. Like they're normal ass people that happen to be famous. So, and that means they're imperfect, and you shouldn't expect them to be perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think in leftist spaces, you're kind of like expected to be like perfect, and if you're not, like you're automatically for the other side, and that's just not true. Because I've seen people talk about how Chapel Rowan's like, oh, she's just closet MAGA. Like, are we serious? She shouldn't be like this frustrated about being like seen as like a political figure.
Yeah, exactly.
I do agree with that.
Yeah.
She needs to be like more active, or at least more clear about
More
what she
self-aware.
wants. More self-aware,
Yeah.
100%.
If she wants
That's
to.
kind of what I
Well,
was.
she's definitely
what I was
pushing
trying
people
to-
away. I
Yeah.
feel. 100% true. There are definitely a lot of like queer artists that are doing a lot more than her. That definitely deserve a lot of highlight.
Yeah.
All right.
But in the queer space, and too, like there is also a big focus towards like white queers.
Yeah.
There is,
undeniably.
the same.
Undeniably.
Like for
Yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of people don't even know that like people like Tyler the Creator, Frank Ocean,
Frank Ocean.
Doechii, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
slide in a
I love
little.
Doechii,
at
shout out
first I didn't
Doechii.
I'm gonna
So
like
they-
slide in
yeah.
a little indie one just for like indie one, just but Denise Julia, she's I think she's Filipino, and she's a bisexual, so like.
Hey, shout out to
So like,
bisexuals.
but like so many people don't know. Like, if it feels like if you're not white and queer, then you're just not queer, because like
you get brushed over.
Yeah.
You get brushed over.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
and that is
talent.
definitely frustrating,
Yeah.
especially when like Chapel should be like using her platform to elevate
No,
like her
definitely.
space.
If anything, she should be using it to make other queer people more known, I guess, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I think, as far as I know, she does not mention any other queer artists.
Preach.
Yeah, preach.
So I think she could be using her influence for so much better stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she could be.
Shit, I'm gonna be crying. because
Okay,
it is-
time-
On to the
Bye-bye.
last question of the podcast. Hot take. Hot questions. Hotter chicken. Hotter wings. Hotter tenders. Let's go.
Okay.
Last question.
This is genuinely
Let's
scary.
go ahead and pour our sauce and get started.
All right.
What is your take on Taylor Swift?
You should go.
Courtney Love said it best. I can't quote it verbatim. And I know a lot of people don't like Courtney Love, but she put it best. Like, Taylor Swift for girls is kind of like a safe space for girls.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, her music is not important. I really dislike her because she's like the poster child of like white feminism. And she never really uses her platform for good. She's contributing a lot to like air pollution. I'm like, girl, you do not need to be using
I don't think any of us can deny that part.
No.
What do you mean you're using that air?
And then she ended up like suing someone for exposing the fact like how frequently she was using her private jet, or I don't know. She was trying to
Something
sue
like
someone.
that,
Yeah, and I was like, what are you doing? She's an awful person. Her music's not very innovative. It's lame. She's lame. And yeah, she can't dance. She can't dance. I don't know. Like, hey, that's just her genetics. She can't dance, man. She can't dance.
She's a tall woman. She can't dance.
Yeah.
You're paying so much money to see this girl with a guitar, an acoustic guitar that can't dance. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's all I'll say.
I like Taylor Swift, so that's where I'm gonna start off.
Oh, okay. Like that. Like.
However, I cannot deny or argue with the stuff that you were saying. Most of the stuff that you were saying.
T.
Yeah, there's a level of like you're right, but also fuck you.
Okay. Word.
You are right. She is the poster child for like white feminism. She does not use her platform for other artists, and I think she actually puts people down. If anything.
Yeah.
But yes, her music is for like the girlies, for like your feels and stuff like that. And I'm only because my sisters are big Taylor Swift fans, and so I got into being a Swiftie like that. Listen, I like Taylor Swift. Is she a bad person? Yeah. Yeah, I can't deny that. But again, it's that question you brought up before. Separate art from the artist. I do like her music.
Yeah.
I do like some of her like very sad songs, her feels, and they're just my vibe. So yeah.
All right. I don't like Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Let's start with that.
Who would've
For
guessed?
me, she's just like the basic white girl artist. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like that's just kind of a fact. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
And it's not that she's like a white girl artist. It's more the fact that she's so much of a white girl artist that it low-key overshadows the rest of them. And that makes me sad because I like the rest of them more.
We can like white artists. We just can't praise them.
Taylor Swift has overshadowed so many white girl artists like Katy Perry, unfortunately.
We can't really use her.
Katy Perry, Kesha.
That's
I
true.
love Kesha.
Kesha.
A little bit of Sabrina, like now Sabrina Carpenter.
I'm glad she's coming to the spotlight because she's someone who's talented and I think does deserve that kind of
Can we talk
attention.
about this real quick?
Oh.
I don't even like her, but I can just acknowledge she's got some talent.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, that's all I was gonna say. She was in Disney Channel though first.
Yeah,
right?
she was.
So I am glad that she got some.
She got out, thank God.
Thank God.
God, it's spicy.
Are you
But-
cool?
But she still got the Disney knees though.
I mean,
Yeah.
You can take the Disney kid out of Disney, but you can't take the Disney out of the kid.
No,
I am crying.
I'm crying.
Olivia Rodrigo.
Olivia Rodrigo.
Rodrigo.
But like, there's so many white girl artists that I like more that get zero spotlight, and then it's just like Taylor Swift is not
Yeah.
that great of an artist, not that great of a person. Like I can't justify liking her.
Yeah.
I hope she crashes out one day. Lovely.
Are you happy this is the end of the podcast?
Yes, finally.
I could have gone to a higher number.
Put them all on now.
No, I think I'm good actually. Never mind.
Everyone, this concludes the first ever episode of the Hot Take Podcast. We are the Radicals, and we enjoyed answering these questions for you guys, talking about some controversial, spicy questions, and even spicier chicken.
And tune in next week for controversial takes about movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Catch y'all on the next one.
I didn't
Bye.
drink any water. You know I'm built
Oh, yeah, no
different.
one drank water.
No water.